Collective, we have a reading that's going to be related to the rose quartz for any emotional blockages. So this would be related to our heart chakra. So please only take what resonates and leave the rest for who it do. So if there's any emotional blockages that you could be holding on to, we're going to tap into the energy of what it is that you can do to help yourself release it. Of course, these are just cards, and I also use my intuition to allow you to go beneath the surface. But because this one is on emotional, I'm going to start with a declare and decree. So I want you to write this down and burn it on a piece of paper. And also I'm going to pull a chakra card as well because I'm looking at them. So give me a second. All right, give me. Ooh, all childhood trauma and unhealed wounds are clear for my energy in spirit and in flesh. If there's any emotional weight that you are carrying from the child version of yourself, right? So this is about inner child healing. There's something emotionally that you could be holding on to, not realizing. Something that the inner child went through, something that a younger version of you experienced. And let's see, what is a word that it could be related to? Let's see, we're going facade. Do you see that? And then, mind you, this is like an old and a younger individual. Now, I have pulled this card before, but I'm going to just read exactly what the definition is on the card. I know a facade is like an illusion. It's not really real. So it's like there could be some trauma that you continuously keep playing, not realizing that it is actually controlling something in your present reality. But we finna get through this emotional blockage together. So please, this one could be a little heavy. So do not continuously sit through this one if this is not something you want to do. But I know, I will say this, the more you show up and do spiritual work and you clear that out energetically, your physical body will feel lighter. But it does start with the spirit. It does. And I promise you people will notice. So explore your thought process is what yellow represents. And the facade is the personal comfort comes from a metallic energy and a deep need to discover your true self. Earthly values and care for others are also represented. Being cut off from feeling may be a challenge. Recover who you are and rethink your journey. Let's see. The inspiration is, if you are unhappy in your relationships, you may be relating to others through a false sense of duty. Give up being something you're not. The bronze gold is about reclaiming life. What I have done to heal my childhood pain. The key ideas are dissociating from yourself, reclaiming your life, and healing inner childhood pain. So once again, thank you, Spirit, because this literally just piggybacked off of it with the declare and decree, what I just stated. So this is literally going to be about a childhood wound or something from your childhood that you are still energetically holding on to, and that trauma is currently living out through your present. You don't realize it because it has become a part of your identity. But the thing is, we have a ability, and we can change it anytime we choose. So with this, how can we start living our truth? How can we release whatever it is that no longer serves us emotionally? So overall energy, you get judgment. This is literally about action. This is where you are literally sitting down and assessing all parts of you when it comes to this energy. Now, with this is where Spirit is saying, I am giving you assistance on your journey. So you may be coming into alignment with individuals who can assist you with this. You may now be being seen and or experienced where you can express yourself truly and be your authentic self. So you're being called to literally create a new identity and timeline for yourself. So with this, you have the ability to clear something out energetically. Forgive that version of you for still hope. Like, forgive yourself today for allowing it to play at the forefront. But also love yourself. So this is where it's like you choosing love on this. Whatever it is, you gotta actually say, hey, baby, you can't keep running the show today. I can't live in my truth. And then with this yellow, this is about your solar plexus as well. So you aren't you're not speaking, you're not confidently showing up for something because you're still holding on to some rejection or whatever the case may be. But we finna see what is related to Judgment with the Two of Pentacles here. So maybe you had to prioritize things as a child that you shouldn't have had to prioritize. You know, maybe you were judged on not having enough, or maybe you didn't have enough growing up. The Ace of Wands. So maybe you've always had to, you started things, but you never had an opportunity to finish them because you had to move a lot around growing up. Maybe you didn't grow up in stability. Maybe you were never actually cheered for. You weren't chosen for something, but now you are being chosen with Judgment here. And so it's like, choose you this time. People probably didn't support you. Maybe you didn't have, your parents weren't there because they were trying to balance out finances. So they couldn't show up for you emotionally or mentally or whatever the case may be. But now you have an opportunity to go and actually get some counseling, to go to therapy, to actually love your children in this lifetime. You know, to actually have a partner that can love you and you love them too. This is about reciprocity when it comes to something. So have the will to do something, to show up for yourself. You know, you're used to being around individuals who didn't support themselves, but now you can support yourself. The Hermit comes out in the reverse. Mistrust. So you've kept something to yourself. What is it that you kept to yourself? This is withdrawal, isolation, Virgo energy. Why is the Hermit in reverse? Damn, the Sun comes out in reverse too? So, someone, you grew up alone? Maybe you didn't have friends growing up? Why does someone feel like a failure? Clear the throat chakra, spirit. I'm sorry. Somebody don't project that onto me. This is more isolation though, more loneliness. But you didn't have it, like, as a child, if you just chose that because it was just peaceful for you as an adult, you're punishing yourself by choosing loneliness when people actually do want to support you. Queen of Wands, having the confidence to show back up. Somebody needs to do a inner child meditation. You need to write your inner child a letter. Forgive your inner child for a lot of the things they had to experience. Someone needs to allow the teenage version of themselves to speak their piece. And then if you are a young adult, forgive yourself for some of the things that you may have picked up based off the negative influences that you could have lived around and been around and seen, and so you thought that was how things should be. And now having the willpower, the determination to show up for who you want to be today, how you want to be seen today. 3 of Cups, and this is going to put you into the people who want to celebrate you. You are allowed to have loving individuals where it's not always about trauma bonding. Yeah, you've trauma bonded with so many people in your past to where you couldn't show up as yourself. You actually probably was the bubbly one around people, and you could have had less than these people because you know that life is more than just fucking money. There's more to life than the things that people cling to in the 3D. And because of that, and you keep moving forward and keep showing up, hey, there will be people out here that will support you, that want to support you. So today you gets the support and your grounding. Yes, you probably are financially stable as well. And you're coming across people who actually are in aligned with themselves, that know their thyself. So you don't have to trauma bond with people. You don't have to always be the strong individual. You don't have to be overprotective, and you could just be you. And so with this Hermit in reverse, with you in isolation, you could be focused more on your stability, on the foundation that you want to build within yourself. The Empress. That's beautiful, which is the Queen of Pentacles. When she is nurturing her craft, you become the Empress. With the Queen of Wands backing you, not only are you confidently doing so, you're doing it in alignment, emotionally alignment, spiritually aligned. You, come on now, straight divine feminine energy. Because you're doing it out of love. I do it out of love for me and not just anybody. Take it sweet on my own. Reminds me I'm already enough. I'm gonna do it out of love for me and not just anybody. That's enough right there. Come through, Empress. So with the 4 of Cups here, yeah, you heavily. So maybe for someone you didn't your family didn't. They weren't emotionally available because they were always financially trying to. They was in survival mode. Somebody's family, you grew up in survival mode. Forgive yourself. You don't have to keep living like that. Because energetically, that's what's the issue. Your body is still in survival mode. Someone is not realizing that they're operating out of survival mode. And that is why your shit is not getting off the ground with this 2 of Pentacles. Because you're still trying to operate out of a lack mentality. And so it's you keep getting hit with that ace. You'll have the drive, the initiative. But there is still some childhood wounds. You're oh no, I'm in a scarcity. Oh no, I don't think I should show up. Please show up for it. There is no reason for you today to not show up. If anything, do it for the kid in you. If you don't have kids right now, do it for the kid in you until one day you decide to be a mom. And so that will only, if you're not going to push yourself, you shouldn't need nobody else to do so. And I know a lot of people say, oh, today I wouldn't have done it if it wasn't for my children. And there's nothing wrong, with using that as a motivation. But goddamn, do you not do shit for yourself anymore out here? I genuinely, I don't want that. But if the Most High told me that my assignment was changing and that I have to be the portal to bring someone into this world, I genuinely know that I'm going to have to become the next Beyonce. Because my child would have to understand that there's more to life than just certain things. But my child won't go through nothing that I've had to go through. I will make sure that it won't be because it didn't have no fucking place to stay. Because I was too emotionally unfucking stable to keep a job. And I'm not saying that in the sense of where I'm speaking negatively on my mom, but that's just the reality. My mom would quit her job not knowing good and goddamn well the bills is already behind. my dad is non-existent in my reality, and now we come home and all our shit is put out. And now we gotta go and stay with a fucking family member because she was emotionally unfucking stable. Like, man, you genuinely didn't give a fuck about the kids. You did not care about our safety in no way, shape, form, or fashion. And that's just the reality. And so sometimes, like, your wounds, of course, everybody's wounds is gonna look different. But when I turned 16 and I was boohoo crying, and my mom was like, "Why are you crying?" And I'm sitting here like, man, we were sleeping on the floor at a family member's house. What are you talking about? Why am I crying? Because the last thing I want to do is grow up. Because me not realizing that there was more outside of the reality that I was living until I decided my senior year, like, I was like, oh, I gotta go to college. Man, I was applying to some schools in Washington State. Like, I was like, I gotta get away from these people. I can't keep living like this. And I, like, when I told my mom, oh, I was gonna go to college, she was like, oh, you going to community college here? And I was like, no. No, I'm not staying here. No, I'm not staying here. Hurt, boohoo hurt. Tell me something, why would you go off and leave? Excuse me? Why did I have to buy a car for 3 grown adults to share? I said, yeah, I can't even drive the car my freshman year on campus. Y'all just keep it. And then guess what happened? My sophomore year, I bought me another car. And I realized that they genuinely do not plan to grow in life. They were still operating as children that was just had kids because they were just all fucked up. And so sometimes generational traumas is going to look different for everybody. The war you could be facing could be some shit because that you grew up. And they knew that them 400 years was not about what they did. It's what they did mentally. This shit deeper than what a lot of people realize. It's the mental weight that you carry, that spiritual weight. They literally broke our fucking ancestors. Not because you kept me behind financially 400 years, but because I'm clearing out spiritual debt for 400 fucking years worth. But for those of you who do that work, you know. And they know too, because this is it. This is now where the head becomes the tail. And so those who are not on the frequency, those who choose to not do the work will get left behind. You'll still see them in the 3D. You will definitely still see them. But energetically, shit ain't even gonna phase you. You won't even be able to pick that up. Like, they would literally, you will not even realize, like, you see them, but it's no words that can even be said. It's like you turn on the radio station and it's like that dialogue. That's what it seems like. Like, you can go to a station, you can physically see you're on that station, but you can't play no words. You hear no words. That is literally how it is going to look. I'm gonna do it out of love for me and not just anybody. That was a lot. That was a mouthful that I said. My bad, y'all. Hey, I'm healing my inner child too. That's what we do here. You get the 9 here. Someone's health is being restored because you are actively doing this work, and your ancestors are like, oh, you want to be the one to break them cycles? You want to release that? Some of them not going to like that. Be mindful. Not all your ancestors want to do that. Some of them like to do the shit that why they continue the cycle. So just be mindful. Some of them will hold you back. They all speak to you and speak through you. But if they ain't fuck with you in the 3D, baby, they probably ain't fucking with you in the spiritual, because some of them is still tied down. So be mindful of that. Give me one more spirit. I said one. The 4 of Swords with the Strength. So you will be going through a lot of movement here energetically, and you will be feeling this, but your health will be restored. Just please rest. You are coming out of survival mode as much as possible. I need you to just get presently, mindfully be here. That is what is most important. With you understanding, so someone needs to Tap into their emotional body of how they can hold the frequency of love. I don't care what you Google to do so, but your emotional body needs you to feel something. It is something that you are suppressing still that needs to come to the forefront. And in order to do so, it needs you to know that you are safe. So if you are going to do some work like this, like you need to get like a Reiki healer. Someone needs to see someone on that sense where like lymphatic drainage, or you're going to get like a deep tissue massage. But it's something that you're going to need to feel, but you're going to need assistance with moving this energy. I wouldn't want you to do this on your own if it is something you have never done on your own. But if so, then you know exactly what I'm saying. Sit your head down, take you a spiritual bath, light you a candle, put you some essential oils, relax the mood, do whatever you got to do to clear it out. If you do any substances, be mindful of what may come to the surface. And that's why I say I am not your physician. I am a wellness coach. But I wouldn't tell nobody to do anything if I know you mentally do not have the space to do so. So just be mindful of that too. If you know right now that you're mentally clearing out other things and your present 3D is not what you would want it to be, get yourself grounded in this 3D to where you have that time to do so. So right now, someone's being called to rest, and this season that you are in with this Hermit in reverse, this isolation, because maybe you want to get back out and parlay and do things. Not right now. Not right now. Someone's still doing some spiritual work to clear this out. But I promise you, with the strength here, so if you get started, do what you got to do. By Leo, I want to say a couple weeks in Leo season to be here, you'll be back up. You'll be back. You'll be back. You just need to take a little break. Take a little break, baby. Rest. Or show the fuck up. One of the two. You'll know. The sun in reverse, somebody is not showing up. You done pulled your energy back, but are you pouring into you? Hopefully so with the queen. You have both the confident queen, the grounding queen to get you to this empress with the strength. So ain't no reason for you not to show up for whatever it is you want in life. I'm gonna do it. Ace of Pentacles. Ain't no reason. Here, everything you need. All about reciprocity, your creativity. So you can clear this out. You can do the things that it is that you need to do. So yeah, that is the message that I have for you guys when it comes to our heart chakra, as well as any inner child wounds that you could still be holding on to. Something about survival mode. Somebody needs to tap into the emotional body, and someone needs to hold that to getting back to love. Using the emotional body to receive love. All about reciprocity right here. So giving your inner child the love that it didn't have, the security it didn't have, the stability it didn't have, the material gain, whatever it is that the child you, the teen you, the young adult you, hell, the you today has not had. It is now time for you to actively give that to yourself, to nurture all parts of you. So that is the message I have for you guys, and I will see you on the next one.